Alright, what makes this project fairly challenging is two things. It's a memory game, so therefore number one, the cards have to be put in positions randomly. So you've got to, each time you play the game, you want the cards in a different spot, otherwise there's very little point to the game. So that means you've got to randomly insert the cards at a different position. The other thing, of course, is you've got to only allowed to be flick two cards over, and if they're not right they go back. So there's a couple of things that have to happen. Let's work on the position first of all, and to do that we need what's called a random generator. We generate a random set of positions, and that's what's going on over here. So let's have a quick look. First things first, you need three variables. Call them what you like, but if you're going to change these names it's going to get a little bit tricky down in the middle of the script here, so I'd suggest you stick with these names for now. I, J and R. Those are counters that keep track of random positions, and what you need to do to actually generate a random set of positions is you have to generate a random number, which is what this thing here does, and then you put it in a temporary list. So down here you need two lists. They're not switched on at the moment. I'll switch them on just to show you how this thing works, but once you're done all these things can be switched off. So let's just go through this. This is in your stage, and you need to have all this running before you actually even go over and look at what happens to the actual cards themselves. So standard start, delete all of the two lists, set the values of your three variables to 0, and then because there's 8 cards you insert a set of numbers in there and they go up. Alright, and they're going to sit in the temporary file in order, and then they're going to be put into the random file in a random order and then put back. Okay, so you watch what happens here. So change J by 1, set R to pick random 1 to 8. So this is where the random stuff starts happening. You need a repeat until and some operators, so greater than. Greater than what? Well, greater than J is greater than 8. So if item R of the temp list, okay, so it's generated a random number, is greater than 0, then insert item R of temp at J of random. This is what this is doing, is it's replacing item R is zeroing it out. So as each of the temp values are found and put into random, it's zeroed, and that way you know, oh, I don't need that number anymore, I've got to find another one. It's not a simple matter of just, oh, randomise them and put them somewhere else. It doesn't work like that. You've got to go round and round and round and round, and eventually your temp will be empty and your random list will be full of numbers. So let's just run it. Okay, watch again. 3, 2, 5, 6, 1, 8, 4, 7. See the randoms? Goes pretty quick, that's alright. If you watch it, when you click the green flag, the temps go in and then they're placed over here, and this is the one that you want. Now once you've got those positions, okay, or those numbers, random numbers, you use those numbers to position the cards, and that's where the next bit comes in. So I've split it up into 2 bits. Broadcast set positions just goes up here, and it looks pretty involved, but it's not really. When I get this, reset my counters, delete all of the X. Now the X and the Y are the positions of where the cards are going to go. Alright, so we insert these positions, which if you go back to your original script you'll realise are the positions that where the cards are sitting if they're not random, and they go into X and they go into Y. Alright, so those positions become the X, and you go, oh, hang on, that doesn't look random. Well, it will be though. See, at the moment that those lists, if we switch them on, you'll see what I mean. So let's switch these two on. There's your X and there's your Y. So you run this, and they're not random yet, but these random numbers will pick up the position and go put card number 1 in that position, put card number 4 in that position, put 6th card in that position, 5th card, 8th card, 2nd card, 3rd card, 7th card. So even though the positions aren't random, the cards will be put into the number that matches this. So the 6th card goes into that position. That's how you get it randomised. That's how the cards get put into random positions. Alright, so that's, you better stop the tape I think and just check this out and make sure you've got everything spot on here, because if it doesn't work, if this bit's not working, don't bother going to the next part. It just isn't worth it.